The amphitheater was alive with roaring energy, a hive of alien species gathered under one banner. The Dominion Games, the galaxy's most brutal combat showcase. Warriors from every corner of the known systems had come to prove themselves. For glory. For honor. For blood. Among them was Commander Kale of the Terran Expeditionary Forces, humanity's official military representative. He stood silently in the briefing chamber, dwarfed by towering alien champions. Their armor gleamed. Their bodies evolved through generations of war. Some had claws, others exoskeletons, some wielded psychic fury. Kale, on the other hand, was just a man in high-grade composite armor, silent and still. And then she walked in. Saraxa, high blade of the Ithari clans, strode into the chamber with the confidence of a queen and the cold eyes of a killer. Her blue skin shimmered under the artificial lights, and the golden streaks in her bioarmor moved like living veins. Her gaze locked onto Kale, and she smirked. "That's the human champion," she said loudly, voice laced with mocking amusement. "He doesn't even have claws." A ripple of laughter spread through the room. Kale didn't respond. He simply strapped his helmet to his belt and adjusted his gloves. Saraxa leaned closer, taunting him. "Do you bleed as easily as your kind screams, Terran?" Kale didn't rise to the bait. He simply looked her in the eyes and said, "You'll see." The Dominion Games were no mere tournament. It was a battlefield simulation with real consequences. The warriors were dropped into a controlled war zone, and victory meant survival, nothing more. Alliances were forged and shattered. Terrain changed. Death was permanent. Every kill earned glory, every mistake blood. Kale was dropped last. The others had already landed, scattering across the canyon-riddled environment. Trees the size of skyscrapers loomed above metallic ridges and boiling streams. Alien predators stalked the shadows. The sun shifted unnaturally, a trick of the arena's adaptive sky dome. Saraxa was already slicing her way through a Throxian berserker when Kale touched ground. His landing was silent, his movement efficient. While others fought for spectacle, he scouted, analyzed, planned. The other champions dismissed him. Saraxa didn't. Despite herself, she kept tracking him on her HUD. He wasn't engaging, wasn't making noise. Yet the scoreboard kept ticking in his favor. Quietly, methodically, as if he were dismantling the competition, one warrior at a time. It was dusk when they finally met again. Saraxa had just finished a brutal battle with two Gorak twins. Her armor was scorched, her blade cracked. She turned, and Kale was there, standing atop a cliff with his rifle pointed down at her. She bared her fangs. "Come to finish me off, Terran." Kale didn't fire. Instead he tossed her a medkit. She caught it instinctively. "What is this?" "I need a temporary alliance," he said. "You're good. But this arena's about to shift. The final phase is worse than anything we've seen." She laughed bitterly. "The human thinks he can command me now." "No," he replied. "I think we both want to live." She stared at him. For the first time there was no mockery in her eyes. Only calculation. They moved together through the next zone, an underground labyrinth pulsing with organic walls and energy mines. The final phase had begun. The arena's AI released the Behemoth, an experimental combat automaton designed to test endgame survivability. It hunted through walls. It adapted to weapons. It slaughtered two remaining champions before Kale and Saraxa even saw it. In the maze of tunnels Kale led. He marked traps, rerouted energy doors, and hacked into the arena's internal sensors using his custom wrist tool. Saraxa watched him, her pride clashing with growing respect. "You fight like a machine," she said. "But your mind is sharper than most Ithari generals." Kale didn't look back. "We trained for survival, not showmanship." She narrowed her eyes. "We trained for dominance." He replied flatly. "And how many of your people are still alive?" Silence stretched between them. The behemoth finally caught up. It came crashing through a tunnel wall, a fusion of metal and organic limbs, spewing plasma and sound wave disruptions. Saraxa charged first, her instincts as a warrior overriding caution. Her blade met steel. Sparks flew. The behemoth swatted her aside like a rag doll. Kale didn't rush. He studied, calculated, fired 2 EMP grenades to buy time, then sprinted to Saraxa and dragged her behind cover. "You okay?" She coughed, then growled. "You fight like a coward." "No," he said, pulling out a shaped charge. "I fight to win." He used her blade, damaged but still strong, as a conductor. Rigging a trap, he lured the behemoth into a narrow choke point. Saraxa, bruised but mobile, followed his lead. When the trap detonated, the explosion rocked the chamber. The behemoth stumbled, and Saraxa launched forward with a primal scream, blade plunging into the core Kale had exposed. The machine died screaming. Silence fell. Only 2 remained. Saraxa turned to Kale, breathing hard, armor cracked and smoking. "We're the last." Kale nodded. "One of us has to fall." She stepped forward, lifting her weapon. Kale raised his. Then she stopped. "Your people," she said slowly, "were underestimated. I see now that the skin does not make the warrior." Kale said nothing. "I laughed at you," she admitted. "Mocked you. And now, I wonder if the galaxy has been blind to what you are." Kale lowered his weapon. "Maybe we're both more than what they think." Oz. Then she threw her weapon aside. "I forfeit." Kale blinked. "What?" "You won," she said. "Not just the match. My respect. Maybe even something more." Kale stood alone in the center of the arena as the final lights flared. The crowd roared. The Dominion AI announced him as victor. But his eyes scanned the medevac where Saraxa was being treated. Back in the chamber where it all began, no one laughed at the human soldier. Not anymore.